is Wcxo, Carlisle.
This broadcast is a presentation of Wcxo Sports. Wcxo Sports, since 1999, the sports voice of the Carlisle Indians, the Central Cougars, the Mater Dei Knights, and the Westland Warriors, presents Talkin' Sports on Max 96.7. Talkin' Sports is powered by Hoffman Supermarket, the only choice for quality meats and friendly service. Talkin' Sports is brought to you by Munkin Dodge Chrysler Jeep Nissan in Centralia. Kaskaskia College. The future's yours at Kaskaskia College. Emin Insurance Agency in Carlisle. Farmers State Bank of Hoffman, Central City and Hoyleton. Diane Chevrolet in Trenton. McKendree University in Lebanon. Ideal Home Solutions in Trenton. Farmers State Bank Insurance Department in Hoffman. Seaver Brothers in Carlisle. And by Becker Jewelers, with locations in Breeze and Highland, and always online at beckerjewelers.com. Here's the host of Talkin' Sports, Rip Nottmeyer.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Talkin' Sports. Rip here in the Carlisle Meat Market Studio for a Wednesday. On tap tonight, we'll talk some basketball again. First with Carlisle Lady Indians coach Darren Smith, and then it's off to Salem for the Wildcats coach Andy Fehrenbacher. Plus, as always, on the midweek edition, we have the Easy on Travel Sports Flashback this evening. It features college basketball's Paul Lusk. But right now, it's time for Scores and Stuff, brought to you by Isaac Auto Body in Carlisle. See them for 24-hour towing and collision repair. Let's jump on the Tucker Electric guest line. Terrell Fallon for Bartelzo Bart's first baseman slash catcher. He's an all-star, Jason Cobb. Jason, welcome back.
Hey, Rip. Thanks for having me back on the show.
Incidentally, we had one of your buds on, I think it was a week ago. Chuck Gepke was on this very dial. So,
Chuck's a good guy.
Yeah, loves his sports, knows his sports. So now it's your turn. You've been busy. You always are, but you had a big you're at O'Fallon Junior High. Is that where you're technically at over there, Jason?
I teach at the elementary schools, but I coach and keep up with the junior high.
Yeah, that's it. But you had a huge tournament over there the last week or two, didn't you?
Yeah, they had a good, junior high 8th grade boys tournament over there. 20-some teams, I believe, and came down to East St. Louis and Collinsville, and I believe it was a 53-52 win. And it was Collinsville's first loss in 2 years with that group of kids.
Years?
They got some players, man.
Collinsville may be up and running big time again for
they've got a good solid squad. They got a good solid squad, and they got one big guy that they can really put it around.
Yeah. Very good, Darren Lee. All right. Hey, we'll get to some basketball here on the college side, especially. But let's start out with some pucks. And number one, the St. Louis Blues 2 weeks ago, especially on Twitter, Jay. Oh, those hockey fans. I love it all, but it's mainly with the people who just love hockey. They get so up and so down so quickly at every little turn, and now they're sky high again. The cup is on Market Street.
Hey, man, these hockey fans, and one day the sky's falling, the next day it's rebirth.
It's unbelievable. And like I say, I think it mainly pertains to those who pretty much that is their sport, their only sport they really, and that's great, that's fine, but boy, the mood swings is wild. And now the Blues, suddenly they chalked up another win, 3-1 last night over the Montreal Canadiens, and I know that doesn't strike the fear, I guess, like it's still something special but when you play some of those original six like Montreal and Toronto.
Yeah, you always like to see those teams play, especially coming to St. Louis and get to see them because that's not a team that you see them play often.
Right.
But like you said, they don't it's a fear in you like they used to. They don't have those skilled players that can really put it on you. And the Blues have more of those now than a lot of those original six teams.
Sure do. The Maple Leafs actually are doing pretty good this year, but the Habs are struggling. The Blues win at 3-1. And, it's that guy, Carter Hutton, in net again, and he was sharp again last night. I didn't get to see any of that, just some highlights and so forth, but I know he just gave up the one goal late.
Yeah, he's been playing so great lately that it's tough for them to give Allen a hole a lot of playing time, and they have Allen as the goalie as the future. And this is kind of what happened a couple years ago when Elliott got high.
Yes.
And they had to sit down Allen, and they're like, oh, what are we going to do? So, it's great that he is playing well for the Blues, but you almost wonder what kind of, in the long run, what's he going to do? Are you going to have Hutton? Is he going to get paid after this year? Are you going to move Allen? What's going to happen?
Hey, as long as he's playing well. But, it'll probably flip a little bit, and then Allen will get his chance. Allen had a rough, right around this time of year last year, wasn't it? End of January, early February, and then, of course, he really picked up the pace come the playoff time, that's for sure.
Yeah, I think Allen's a really solid goaltender, and they made the right move when they extended him. But, sometimes when they have these slippage, in hockey, it's like having a great relief pitcher. You gotta ride them. You can't put in somebody that could get the job done, but it's not going to get it done.
You ain't kidding.
You got to have a great goalie.
Goalies, they're
that's
a lot.
What they're doing right now. Yep. You got to ride the hot hand.
They're a lot like relievers and field goal kickers. It's such a mental game too. But how about those Blackhawks, man? That's your ace team there. They were pretty hot as recently as a week to 10 to 12 days ago, and they're still over 500. But they're in the basement of the Central. Oh, that playoff race is something else.
Yeah, I think their biggest problem is they have a bunch of guys on these entry-level contracts, and they're trying to get the veterans in there, and they're trying to find the right mix. They've got a lot of young talent. They've got a lot of people who are getting paid a lot, which is kind of handcuffing them, and they're trying to find the right mix. Some days they score. Some days they don't score. Some days they get shots. Sometimes they don't get any shots. And I think a big problem is with Crawford being injured. But,
That's very true.
Blackhawks, they normally look to turn it up around March or April and try to get in the rhythm. So with them, I feel it's almost like some of these NBA teams. You don't really pay too much attention to the regular season. You try to get it tighter towards the end of the regular season and be peaking in the playoffs. That's almost what I feel like they are with the Blackhawks right now.
But right now, I guess they would be a good 6 or 7 out. They have a couple of games in hand. I'm just looking really at a wild card spot right now, but it's gonna go down to the that last skate or two for sure. But everybody's gonna do it. The NHL will do it without Jaromir Jagr. That was it. He's done in the end. But what an incredible career!
Yeah, I remember Jagr when I was little.
Yes, I'm sure you do. You probably cut your hair like him.
Hey. I wore my hair like that
See?
later in life because it was so cool.
All right,
the mullet, yeah. But hey, great career.
Yeah.
I hate to see it being the end for him. He was effective last year and the year before.
He was.
I was really hoping that he was going to be kind of like Julio Franco, where he played until, he really couldn't anymore.
Well, he's going back to Czechoslovakia now. The team he owns. I mean, he's still going to play the pro game. And he went to Russia for a few years in between, didn't he? The KHL. He left the NHL for 2 or 3 years. So, and he still leaves second in points, and I guess it's third in goals all time.
Yeah. The thing is, if he didn't leave when he was younger, in his late 30s, just think where he could be on that list. I mean, Gretzky's basically untouchable as it is, but he could have probably cut it down a little bit. I mean, he got to reckon he lost out on about 250 points possibly in that time, maybe some gold, 200 or 100 gold maybe, who knows.
Calgary must be awful, and it's because of injury probably, a lot of it, but they must be awful convinced that he's done, because I mean they're right there with 58 points, so they're pretty much in the deep mix of things for the playoffs, and they're going to go in another direction. Meanwhile, I see Mike Fisher is coming back to the Preds. Short retirement.
Yeah, that kind of surprised me.
Yeah,
I saw that today.
Yeah,
maybe he couldn't stand being around Carrie Underwood, which I would have a hard time believing. Yeah. Who knows? Weird things have happened, I guess. But that should be a big impact for Nashville. Nashville is a tough contender, and they're going to add a piece that's not going to have a hard time fitting in, because he's been there before. He's just going to kind of plug in. It's a little bit different than you going and trading somebody and them trying to have to come in and get in the rhythm and everything. So I think that's a good move for them.
How about that? Had some good hockey talk there. So, and now it's off to college hoops with the Red Hot Fighting Illini. Well, they did win again, but that's 2 in a row. Indiana's not very good, and now, of course, they just walloped Rutgers, who has no business being in the Big Ten.
Yeah, they pounded on them last night. I'm not sure what to think about Illinois, because you go back
not very
to the
good.
year they beat Missouri, and then they get sky high. It's kind of like what we're talking about with the hockey fans, sky high, and then they go through the lull, and then they come back here and they beat, like I said, Indy and Rutgers, and it's like, okay, well, what do we got here? What kind of team do we have? I still don't think that they could compete with that top tier, but maybe Underwood's got them going in the right direction.
Well, let's hope. Yeah, they're 2-8. You talk about the cellar. They're down there with Iowa, and they've only won 12 overall. Incidentally, the Tigers now, and I know with Porter Jr., that would be a remarkably different team, no doubt. They've only won 13 over. They're below 500 in the SEC now, so they're no great shakes. And SIU claims a victory though last night, so I always pull for the Salukis. They're actually playing very well, especially when you consider they have everybody on the injury reserve list pretty much. They're playing with 9 and 10 players. They're drafting guys to play.
Yeah, it's always, like you said, seeing the Salukis win, that's always cool. I remember them making a couple runs in the playoffs or in the tournament. It was always fun to watch them because, we've got friends who all went down there. I got a couple of good buddies who went there, and I know that they're pulling for them.
And we've always had the Centralia connection in particular with Matt Shaw and Rick Shipley and others. Paul Luster, of course, went there for a stand, and now he's coaching at Mo State. And they're having I always hate to see Paul Lusk, to see his team lose, and they're scuffling right now. They were picked first in that conference. Again, they have a guy who nodded off a bit with an injury, but they're at 500, and, man, they need to get the wheels going here too as we roll along here. Blake Griffin, he leaves sunny Los Angeles for Detroit. I hope he's packing heat.
Oh, gosh. I was surprised by that.
Culture shock.
I was surprised by this, yeah. I was surprised by the trade to begin with, and then all of a sudden I thought about the same thing as you said, from L.A. to Detroit.
That's the first airport I was at. Oh, man, that was almost 30 years ago. They had where we rented the car from, there was barbed wire around, and we thought, what are we getting into? And it was bulletproof, bulletproof glass when we paid for gas at the airport, at the rent station. Wow. And Kevin Love, I suppose LeBron James and all the Cavs are happy now because Love is out 6 to 8 weeks. He broke his hand, so enjoy it, guys.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on up there with Cleveland. They're just kind of a hot mess right now.
Yeah, I kind of like that.
It's about the nicest way to put it. Yeah, about the nicest way to put it.
Yeah.
I know that their owner's been talking about wanting to sell the team, and that's one of the reasons you wanted LeBron to sign on so they have the value, and who knows what's going to happen.
Yeah, you got it. I was actually, a few years ago, pretty happy with LeBron even that he came back to Cleveland and made good. And I mean, before they won the championship too, but I thought that was pretty cool because he did come home right in the prime of his career, and but he just, there's so many things that great player off the wall, and the comments he makes. I mean, he's the GM now and the owner and the coach. And,
I got, I'm Ohio-based. I got a lot of buddies in Ohio, and we talk about the Cavs, and we talk about LeBron, and I think one of the biggest problems for LeBron is that he's never been told no.
Oh, no.
In his entire life. I mean, well, you look back to high school, he's on Sports Illustrated, he's the next.
On TV as a high school kid, yeah.
Messiah for he was this and that, and then, every team builds around him. Every team then started to ask him what they think they should do, and then they give him this power, and then we've got this whole thing in the NBA now where the players are the ones who basically run everything.
They really do.
They want to have on their team. They can say, well, we're going to go do this. I mean, it's just, I don't even know what to think about it. And now the NBA wants to do the legalized gambling. If they thought that the NBA was rigged to begin with, you got the NBA taking a cut out of this now. Well, what's going on?
Yeah, there's always talk about that, huh? And I'm not so much. But then again, they had that official years ago, which would be easy. I can't remember.
Yeah, Donahue.
He got in trouble again, by the way, just recently.
I saw that. Yeah, I
saw that. I can't remember what he did exactly, but yeah, that would have been, or it still would be, an interesting book to read, but I won't. I don't read books. Maybe I'll watch.
Yeah, let him go up and talk about it.
In fact, there might be a movie about it. The Cardinals, in fact, all teams, they're laying low right now, man. A bunch of free agents, and we're 3 weeks away from spring training.
Yeah, I don't know what to make about this. I've always been a big hot stove guy and wanted to see what's going on.
It's not
this
too
year
hot.
It's been just boring, and nothing's happening. It almost makes you feel like there's some sort of collusion with the owners because you've got some really, really talented ball players out there that aren't even getting sniffs.
Well, I
And
have
it's like,
seen.
will they just not want to pay them or what?
I have seen a little note or two now lately about, because I've been thinking the same thing. Of course, that can come up later in the year where the players file, however that works through the courts. But I think a lot of it is, again, some of the owners are coming to their senses a little bit, especially with this pitching. Forget this 5 and 6 years stuff for these guys. Plus, man, the big prizes are out there after this season. Harper and Machado, and you don't want to lay it all out there, the few teams that would, for some of these guys in terms of years and money, when, they all of a sudden they don't want to go over that threshold, which is very high, and pay that luxury tax and stuff, which I don't exactly blame them.
Yeah, I hear you with that. And I was kind of thinking that along the same with the next year's class being so deep and talented. But, just look at some of these guys out there that could help your team. You got Arrieta, you got Darvish, you got Lynn who can eat innings, you got JD Martinez, you got Hosmer. You got some ball players that can make a difference for a team. I understand they don't want to pay them the $25 to $30 million a year, but look at all the money you're bringing in.
Oh, they are. There's
come
no
on.
It just what JD Martinez is. There's nothing wrong with grabbing him, and I'm with you, Hosmer. I always liked him as a player.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with either one of them as a player. And I think that they're both fairly great offensive players, and the fact that they're just sitting there and having zero interest is just kind of mind-boggling.
Absolutely. And finally, in baseball, from my side, the Hall of Fame, I like those 4 choices there: Chipper and Tomei from Peoria, and Vlad and Trevor Hoffman.
Yeah, I liked all 4 of those too. I thought those were all really 4 deserving players. I was kind of hoping to see Edgar Martinez possibly make it. I'm hoping that he'll make it next time.
He was pretty close.
70%.
Tomei might help him.
70%.
Yeah, Tomei might help him a little bit again, because a lot of the last portion of Tomei's career was as a DH only, and that kind of bothers me a little bit. Although he had such a long career, he put a lot of years in, but I'm not that big on pure DHs either. I think you should play the field. But again, they each did put in some time before. They just had some long careers for one thing.
Yeah, you could say the same thing about a relief pitcher. Or you could say the same thing about a starting pitcher. Starting pitcher only throws 30 times in a year max.
Yeah, 5 innings a game.
But you've got someone who like Edgar Martinez, who's playing 150 games a season, even though he might not play in the field on them. I'm sure that he's still working just as hard. He's just as valuable. If you look at his WAR totals that he's putting up, they're great. And if you're going to punish him, how come you're not punishing a person like Miguel Cabrera, who's playing third base but is absolutely just terrible at it and making his value worse? And the only reason he's doing well is because he's a hitter. Baseball is offense.
Overrides
right
everything. Overrides everything. You win Gold Gloves because of your offense, which is absolutely stupid.
Exactly, Rip. The 1 year Rafael Palmeiro played 20 games in the field and he won a Gold Glove. Let's be real.
Here's the way Ozzie early on, he used to he won a Gold Glove when he was hitting .210. That's what it's all about. It's not about the batting average. It's become that, which is just stupid.
I fully agree. I fully agree.
Super Bowl's on its way. I might be at a, in quotes, party just to eat and drink and shoot the bull, but I'm not. I've turned off football, and so I won't be. I will talk football this Saturday, by the way, though, with Farm. You know Carl Mock, don't you, Jason?
Yeah.
We always have him on around Super Bowl time, so he'll be with us Saturday morning. We'll discuss football and all the outskirts of the game, which are really have me absolutely angry. But anyway, that's this Sunday, so it's going to be the Patriots again, right?
I think so. I don't know if they'll cover per se. I think it'll be a 3-4 point game.
Is it 7
I think it'll be a good game.
Is it 7?
What's that?
What's the point spread?
I think it is down to 4.5.
Wow. So
opened at 7, 6.5, and it's been hit pretty hard on the Eagles side. I think the Patriots are gonna. I think they'll win. I don't know if they will cover the spread.
And you know that stuff. I think you make up the spreads for Vegas, don't you? You could.
Maybe in a later time in life we'll get into that.
That'd be
when I'm retired from the Barts.
That'd be good. Good. Who's the announcer that went over there? Maybe you can join Brent Musburger and go over there and help him out.
Hey, Musburger's the man. He'd always let people know that point mattered.
he I always liked him pretty well. Man, I remember when he was on the NFL Today. Irv Cross and the gal, the former Miss America. Who forgot her name.
What's his name's wife?
Sorry to say.
I know who you're talking about. The guy from McCarron's wife. AJ McCarron. Webb. Her name was Webb.
Well, yeah. But I mean, years ago when they had the NFL Today with Irv Cross and Brent Musburg and Phyllis George doing the show.
George, yeah.
That was groundbreaking there. That's for sure, man. Hey, finally, you got anything to say? I don't know if you would have been if you had. Did you ever play any tennis? I tell you what, that Roger Federer.
Oh,
he's something, man.
Yeah, I love watching these good tennis tournaments, especially when you get down to like the quarterfinals, and I mean they're just fun to watch. The athleticism that they have, they said they're hitting a ball. I like to see you run back and forth, hitting the ball back over there for 3 hours.
They don't get nearly enough credit.
Their conditioning is unbelievable.
It is. It's off the charts, and that's 20 Grand Slams now for Federer. I was kidding. Well, actually, I wasn't kidding because years ago I would get home just in time to see the Australian Open final, the first serve, and you might have done that yourself, actually, now.
Yeah, I got to see that on Saturday night. I watched it. I got home about time to catch it.
There you go.
I stayed up.
I missed those years, Jason.
Yeah, like I said, I like watching those good matches, and I do like Roger Federer. I think he's good. I like watching him, Nadal.
Nadal.
It's a fun sport
the Joker.
to watch.
Yep.
When it's played right. Yeah.
And they play it right. All right, Jason. Hey, it won't be too long before you'll be taking swings in the batting cage, man. We're not that far away from the CCL season again.
No, we're about 2.5, 3 months out.
I mean, before you take a few licks there, it's drawing closer though. Anyway, so hey, thanks for coming on again, Jason. Great run as always.
Hey, yeah, thanks for having me on, Rip. Always a pleasure.
All right, we'll see you. Jason Cobb on Scores and Stuff. That whole portion brought to you by Isaac Auto Body in Carlisle. See them for 24-hour towing and collision repair. We'll feed you Darren Smith and Andy Fehrenbacher and the flashback too if you hang around, and you will. Farmers State Bank is dedicated to the communities they serve. They've been making home loans for over 100 years. They are and will continue to be a strong, steady, common-sense leader that's always focused on what's best for you and the community. And remember, Farmers State Bank has loan professionals standing by to assist you in making the right decision for your needs. That's Farmers State Bank of Hoffman, Central City, and Hoyleton. An equal housing lender, member FDIC, NMLS number 404955. Need insurance? Insurance you can really count on? If so, turn to Dan Imming at Imming Insurance Agency in Carlisle. Dan and his staff will provide you with the insurance coverage and service you deserve. Whether it's auto, home, life, health, or commercial, your choices aren't limited either. Imming Insurance Agency represents many outstanding companies, so get covered by the best. Call Imming Insurance Agency at 594-4536 or stop by 589 9th Street in Carlisle. Imming Insurance Agency, a proud supporter of Clinton County sports.
What? Is this real? Hey, yo, sir. Do you know what I'm about to pay for gasoline?
With the Fuel Rewards Network program, you won't believe how much less you can pay for your fill-up at participating Shell stations.
Look at that.
Just shop through fuelrewards.com and dine at participating restaurants to earn rewards. Then use your Fuel Rewards Network card at Shell and save. Want to pay less for fuel? Sign up free at fuelrewards.com. Restrictions apply. Limit 20 gallons per purchase per vehicle. For information on rewards expiration and other details, see fuelrewards.com.
Hey, it's Colby at K&J Chevrolet in Carlisle. Check out this great deal on a 2013 GMC Yukon Denali. This SUV is loaded with a sunroof and DVD system. It has an NADA value of $33,500. This week, K&J is offering it for $29,500. Come check it out before it's gone. We are just west of Carlisle on Old Route 50. K&J Chevrolet, your Clinton County Chevrolet and Silverado headquarters.
I'd like to start a campaign to blow the buttons off people's radios. Is that realistic?
This is Max 96.7.
Hello, sports fans. Rip here in the Carlisle Meat Market Studio. It is a Wednesday night. Let's tap into the Tucker Electric guest line for Carlisle Lady Indians basketball coach Darren Smith. Darren, welcome back.
Thanks, Rip.
Unfortunately, catch you after a loss and a few tacked on, but that's basketball. The most recent one came against Oakville at home Monday night.
Right. Yeah. Oakville's a good team, and senior night for us, and they shot pretty well, and we had trouble scoring. So.
Bad combination, but yeah, the Rock. That's 6 in a row for the Lady Rockets, and they've solved 20 games, 20 wins on the season again, and they just got off to a great start, and it's really tough to battle back against a quality team.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I think we went the first 4 minutes and we didn't even attempt a shot, so we didn't really do too well on either end that night.
You hung in with them pretty well at Highland, didn't you?
Yeah, I think they beat us 16-18, something like that up there.
Wasn't it closer for
seems like it was.
But hey, they're talented even with that. Maddie's not playing it, is she? Maddie Hochstedt?
She has been.
She has been playing.
Yeah, she played at Highland against us. She came off the bench.
Okay.
Then she played again the other night.
Wow.
Coming off the bench. So.
Well, I saw a note somewhere where she was getting close, and I really didn't pick off any box score to see if she had gotten in any games yet. Well, good for her, and that's going to be a boon for them in the 1A postseason. Yeah. Yep. But so now it's a little rugged right now, but it wasn't that long ago when you had a good streak going in mid to late December. You won 5 in a row, and it's the ups and downs of this game, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's kind of been our season. We won 5 in a row, then we lost 4 in a row, then we won 1, lost 1, then we went on kind of a win streak and then losing streak. So we've been kind of up and down. I think it's kind of our turn to be going up the mountain.
There you
now,
go.
So.
This would be a good time to. Well,
yes,
you were 5 over 500 for a while now, and then evening now you're just below and stuff. But hey, before we get away from Monday night, you mentioned senior night, and that was good for 6 girls, right?
Right. Yep. We had 6 seniors: Danny Lange, Callie Michael, Michaela Bouch, Megan Holtman, Kaylee Perez, and Kylie Smith. Those 6 seniors. This is my 6th year, and they've been through all 4 years. They've all played. So
that's what I was wondering. I thought they had, but I thought there's a possibility one might. And this is your 6th year then?
My 3rd.
Yeah, third is
okay.
Third is head coach.
They've played all 3 for me, and their freshman year they played for Coach Kuhn at that time.
And boy, I guess every one of them except Callie out of Trinity Lutheran in Hoffman. The rest Carlisle though, right? Would have
correct.
To be. Would have to be there.
Correct. Yep.
And there's a little bittersweet portion of that because your daughter Kylie. I mean, we're narrowing it down here. It's definitely one of the last times coming up here. Hopefully you can peek that out for quite a while, but it's going to happen at some point, and that's kind of tough, isn't it?
She's just another one of the girls. I mean,
it's the way you have to treat it, really.
Yeah. I try not to do much away from practice. And, at home she's my daughter, and there she's just one of the girls. So
you got to separate it out pretty good.
Yeah.
That's not so easy for some, and I can understand. That.
It's a tough situation for both, and I experienced it when I played baseball, in college for my dad, and it's some kids can do it, and makes it pretty easy, and but it's been a good experience.
Since you brought up that baseball out of Kaskaskia College, I'm so old or older than you that you were a bat boy. You were a bat boy for us, Darren, right?
Probably.
At least for a little,
Yeah.
I'm not sure how.
Probably in the late 70s.
Yeah, well, so earlier. Yeah, we were mid 70s, so right. You were sneaking around and doing some stuff, maybe unofficially.
Yeah.
Or you brought us sandwiches or soda or something between games of a doubleheader.
Yeah.
Them were the days, that's for sure. Hey, and the 4 in a row now you've lost. We need to turn that around. But I know the other night, I guess Oakville for one of the issues, maybe the main thing that's affecting the wins and losses, those turnovers, huh?
Oh yeah. And they was haunted us last year, and there's been times that we've cut them down, and the unforced ones that lead to layups are the ones those just kill you. You can afford a turnover where you get back on defense, maybe stop them, but the ones that lead to direct layups and easy points, those are tough.
Yeah, the unforced errors, and the defense is going to cause some problems once in a while. And your defense,
Right.
maybe at times, it's taking a hit probably too, huh?
Yeah.
But now you hope, and you're gonna get on track tomorrow. You're over at Centralia against the Orphan Annies. I believe this. I think Coach Roger Stieg is gonna wind down his career this season. The way it sounds.
Yeah, he's retiring this year. I know they won last night. They beat Mount Vernon in overtime.
Oh, they did.
They did. That's according to the Sentinel.
Let's go with it.
That's what I read this morning. Yeah.
Overtime victory for him. Yeah, I don't know. He just hasn't. Some of the talent doesn't seem to have been coming out at C-Town for him, because I would think they'd have a better crop than that, for all these years. And they've had some really, really good teams in the past, but it's been a while since they haven't been too consistent. But that's
right.
Hey, I know he's and nobody knows the game better than Roger either. What a player he was, and so forth. But so we went through 3 tournaments, including the Highland tournament, and the previous 2. And so the competition you played has been very, very good, including the Oakville Lady Rockets the other night. Now you have Centralia, and well, let's go to the conference just a little bit. And I never did find out. Do you know, Darren, the Salem Lady Cats in Freeburg? Do you know who won that tilt last night? They played last night a makeup game.
I do not know.
Yeah, I couldn't find anything on that at all. So
yeah.
But Salem is they have a shot, or depending on what happened, at second in the conference yet. So they've had a pretty fun first trip through the Cahokia.
Yeah. I know we've split with them. I'm not sure. I really haven't followed the conference real close. I know Central.
They're still
they're
Kings/Queens, whichever. Well, Freeburg was just or is again 6-1. I don't know what happened with that game last night, but they're there. But Central's pretty. They've won 19, 20 games now this season, so that's a good. You won't have to see them in the post though, will you? They'll go the 3A.
No.
Salem too.
Yeah, that's good. We won't see any of those 4 teams in our conference. Columbia, Freeburg, Central, and Salem are all 3A.
Yeah,
so,
very true.
We'll avoid them. Westland, we could see them. That would have to be in the championship game in the regional. So.
Well, while you're on that, and we have the 1 game left, and then it is on to the regional. You'll be at Nashville next week.
We are at Nashville. Yeah, Tuesday night at 7:30. We play Cesar Valier, and they're I think 23-2.
Is that right?
Yeah. They got a really good record. Like I say, I don't know. I don't think they play the schedule we play.
I doubt it. But they still must be pretty
good.
good.
23 games. You're pretty good.
Yeah,
so.
And who else Westland is over there as well?
Westland and Altoff play kind of a play-in type game. The winner, and then the winner will play Nashville on Tuesday.
Central racked up Westland, no doubt. The other Monday night, you actually played the Cougars pretty tough, didn't you? You held your own against them for a really long time.
Yeah, through half I think was 5, and after 3 quarters it was 10. And we go through droughts sometimes where we have trouble scoring, and they can really turn up the defense on you. We had some positives in that game. We handled their pressure and broke the press 2 or 3 times and scored off. So, but we had worked on it too. We knew what to expect, and
right.
But yeah, they're a really good team, and hopefully playing teams like that do things like that to you is going to help you, down the road in the postseason.
But I mean, hey, your team is not without talent. What a difference from a year ago when you only bagged the 1 victory. I mean, it's you've had some good evenings on the basketball floor, and Brooklyn Smith and Callie Michael and your daughter and Kaylee and Molly and others, they've all done their share.
Right. Yeah, there's, for the most part, Brooklyn's, been our leading scorer, but there's been nights, Callie steps up and has 15, 16 points, and, another night Molly may step up and then, if we can get 4 to 6 points out of the other kids, that's a bonus. So
you're getting a lot of rebounds too from Brooklyn, Callie, and Molly. I mean, each over 5, and Brooklyn around 7 to 8. Right.
Brooklyn and Molly jump really well, and Callie's just got that nose for the ball, and she's, never, she's max effort. She never quits. When she takes a shot, there's a pretty good shot, she's going to follow it and maybe get her own rebound. So, which
has become a lost art.
Yes, it has. Yeah. A lot of just shoot and head down the other end.
Yeah,
she doesn't do that. She goes and battles inside. So.
Of course, you're out there Monday night, but Brooklyn, and I gave her she was Talking Sports Athlete of the Week for last week's show. She's got a pizza on Little Augie's over there in Breeze, so I think she'll enjoy that. But
yeah.
All right. So, by the way, you're of course the athletic director too, and I don't. It doesn't matter who. Well, in your case, you were for the Carlisle Indians, but the game last night, the Cahokia Conference game between Carlisle and Central at Harris Gym, two Clinton County teams. That was just a good basketball game. That
was a good game. It was it was clean, good basketball. A lot of times you see a lot of pushing and shoving, and it looked like a basketball game last night. Both teams played well, and it came down to the final shot.
Certainly did. I tell you, that was Fairman. I don't even know how he got the shot off down the other end, and it whistled out. That would have tied it and sent an OT.
Right. From my angle, it looked like he was going to bank right in.
Yeah.
Let's see. I
think Alex Hills hit the big tray for you.
Yes, he did. Alex
a little ahead of that. So
three.
Yeah, that was a good contest, and we had here on Max 96.7, and Carlisle won it over the Cougars 46-43. So they take one of three. First time they'd beat.
Yeah, I think Central. Since 2014.
Right. I thought it had been a while, but yeah, Matt Wilson had that this morning in the Sentinel, and so that's been, I guess, 10 games or so. But all right, Darren. Well, thanks for coming on again, and close it out tomorrow night, the regular season, then get to work in the playoffs. You can play with these guys, so have a good, hopefully a long second season. We'll see how it plays out beginning next week.
Right. Thanks, Rip.
All right, we'll see you.
Okay.
That is Darren Smith. Let's turn the page. We're back with the flashback in moments.
Insuring your home and auto with Pekin Insurance equals a sizable discount. Farmers State Bank Insurance Department may save you as much as 30% on homeowners premiums and up to 15% on auto premiums if you insure both with Pekin Insurance. Call Farmers State Bank Insurance Department at 495-2965 for details about multi-policy discounts and learn what beyond the expected coverage and savings are all about.
Not a deposit, not FDIC insured, not insured by any federal government agency, not guaranteed by the bank, may go down in value.
Seaver Brothers has what you're looking for. Take a spin with Seaver Brothers and drive home in your new or pre-owned Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, or Dodge truck today. Let Seaver Brothers give you the car buying experience that no other dealership can offer. Seaver Brothers stands behind their products and also has an outstanding service department with qualified technicians to keep your vehicles running strong. Stop by Seaver Brothers, 811 Washington Street in Carlisle, or call 594-2624 for your next Seaver Brothers sales associate.
Tired of paying outrageous prices for Viagra? Well, we have great news for you. Now you can finally get Viagra at huge discounts. Healthy Man allows you to save up to $500 on Viagra. Why pay U.S. pharmacy prices of $15 per pill or more when you can get Viagra for less than $3 a pill? Call today and get 40 Viagra pills for only $99. This can cost as much as $600 at your local pharmacy. You can't afford not to call us. If you want Viagra at the lowest prices, never pay $15 a pill pharmacy prices again. Get Viagra for less than $3 a pill. Call 1-800-643-6931 today and save up to $500 and get 40 pills for just $99. Healthy Man is fast, easy, and affordable. Operators are waiting at 1-800-643-6931 to take your call now. Call 1-800-643-6931. That's 1-800-643-6931. Again, 1-800-643-6931.
Flying in the face of conventional wisdom.
There's no rules and no laws and lots of litter.
Every day.
This is Max 96.7.
Welcome back once again, everybody. Rip here in the Carlisle Meat Market Studio. Andy Fehrenbacher still to come tonight. We've heard from Jason Cobb and Darren Smith. And Saturday, one of our guests will be former NFL lineman Carl Mock. He was a terrific player, and he's always a great guest with some important views. He's good copy, that's for sure. What time is it? It is 6:40. That time drop is brought to you by Breeze Furniture, Jan's Uniforms. Let's whip up the flashback.
It's flashback.
Get ready to flash back with the EZN Travel Sports Flashback. Escape to paradise with Easy In Travel and Breeze. Call 526-2201.
Oh, Mel was happy last night. Okay, here we go. This is from April 17th of last year. It's Missouri State Bears basketball coach Paul Lusk with a glance back at last season and a peek ahead.
You know what, Rip? We really felt like we were going to have a breakthrough. And coming back from Las Vegas tournament, we split 2 games out there on a neutral floor over Christmas. We lost to USC, then we beat DePaul. And then we started league play by winning at Northern Iowa, which was just a monster win for us. Then we beat Indiana State. And at that time, we were 11-4 in the league, and we really felt like we had a chance. And it never transpired after that. Our point guard, we lost him for the rest of the season after that. He stepped away for some personal reasons. And we still had enough to win games, Rip, but we just never seemed to find ourselves and find our rhythm. I think down the stretch we actually played some pretty good basketball, beat Northern Iowa in the conference tournament. They were coming in having won that thing 2 out of the last 3 years, and they've got a national program. So for us to beat them 2 out of 3 times, beat them in the conference tournament, we were pleased with that. And then I thought we battled Wichita. It's just they are so deep and so talented that we couldn't keep up with them. But we did get back to a winning record. It's still not good enough. We feel like with what we've got coming back, we can really break through. I like my guys.
Companies are hiring again. That's good news. Bad news, you don't have the skills they're looking for. Kaskaskia College can fix that. KC's welding technology program can set you up with the skills industries are looking for. More good news, classes are available at KC's Trenton Center or Crisp Technology Center. Call Sean Morris at 545-3406. The demand is there, the pay is there. Where are you? Kaskaskia College, your future starts here. Planning a remodel or building a new home? Ideal Home Solutions in Trenton can get you started. Ideal Home Solutions has quartz, granite, solid surface, and laminate, with granite starting at just $49 per square foot. Ideal Home Solutions proudly sells Haas cabinets and specializes in custom showers, any size to fit your space. From tubs, whirlpools, vanity tops, windowsills, you're covered. Schedule a free in-home estimate today, 224-2500, or see their showroom at 102 West Broadway in Trenton.
McKendree University is a great place to continue your sports career. It's also a great place to continue your education. McKendree offers a wide range of degrees, including master's degrees in business, nursing, education, and professional counseling. If you'd like, you can access McKendree's quality education through the flexibility of online degrees. To learn more about McKendree, log on to McKendreeOnline.com or call 1-800-BEARCAT. McKendree University is ready when you are.
When wearing contacts, you shouldn't even be able to feel them. If they're uncomfortable or feeling dry, come see us at Lebanon Optometric Center or Breeze Family Vision Center. We'll find the right contacts for you, whether it's multifocal, astigmatism, daily disposables, or hybrid lenses. Don't suffer through contacts that are just fine. We have all the major brands to choose from, and with locations in Breeze and Lebanon, if you damage or tear your contacts, we can replace them right away. Start seeing clearer today with a little help from Breeze Family Vision Center or Lebanon Optometric Center.
Scientists say the universe is random. Why should your radio station be any different?
You've got Max 96.7.
You've also got Talkin Sports, and we are in the Carlisle Meat Market Studio. Okay, if you need a new car or else, perk those ears up. I want to tell you about Dine Chevrolet in Trenton. Back to Trenton we go. Dine has, without a doubt, your next pre-owned car, truck, or SUV, and at the right price. All important. And all the pre-owned vehicles pass a thorough inspection. Most come with Dine's exclusive lifetime powertrain warranty at absolutely no cost to you. That free part is really great. All you have to do is see your consultant for all the details. Dine Chevrolet has a friendly, no-pressure staff, which is great. Call Dwayne, Nikki, Dave, or Nathan at 224-9200, 224-9200, or stop on by. Dine Chevrolet is indeed the home of the lifetime powertrain warranty. Stop by in person or shop or schedule your service at DineChevrolet.com. Incidentally, just to follow up on that flashback with Coach Lusk, I'm sorry to report that the Bears were drubbed by Illinois State last night, 76-60. So Mo State is now 5-6 in the Valley, 15-9 overall. SIU beat them Saturday, so the wheels are it's not rolling really smoothly, unfortunately, for Paul Lusk and company down at Springfield Mo. Hopefully they get that ship righted really, really soon. It's our final time out, and then we're back with Andy Fehrenbacher on Talking Sports for a Wednesday.
Southern Bus and Mobility is your Bronability dealer in Breeze. Southern Bus and Mobility stocks the most popular wheelchair-accessible vans from Bronability, including lowered floor minivans with side or rear entry ramps. In addition to personal wheelchair vans, Southern Bus and Mobility has a huge line of commercial buses, school buses, and mobility products to buy or rent. They also sell and can install wheelchair scooter lifts, hand controls, and special turning seats. Call 526-4131. Stop by east of Breeze on Old Route 50 or southernbusandmobility.com.
If you're looking for Nissan quality, be sure to check out what Munkin Dodge Chrysler Jeep Nissan and Centralia has to offer. Munkin's has the entire field covered with a great lineup of Nissans, including Maximas, Altimas, and Sentras, SUVs and crossovers, and Titan and Frontier trucks. And you can relax when you shop Munkin's because you know you're getting the better deal every time, along with terrific service after the sale. For your Nissan, log on to Munkin1.com, or better yet, visit Munkin Dodge Chrysler Jeep Nissan in person, Route 161 West in Centralia.
This broadcast is a presentation of Wcxo Sports. Wcxo Sports is brought to you by the Benoff Insurance Agency in Breeze and Trenton, Breeze Dental Care, K&J Chevrolet, Reverman Chiropractic and Spinal Rehabilitation, and Breeze Motor Sales, Southern Bus and Mobility, Kaskaskia College, the First National Bank of Carlisle, Reekman Brothers John Deere, St. Joseph Hospital Breeze, Med Plus Physical Medicine and Brett's Wildlife Lodge, Legacy Place, State Farm Insurance Agent Steve Klosterman and Hardy's locations in Breeze and Carlisle, Breeze Family Vision, Tempo Bank, Country Financial Representatives Keith Wilkin and Teresa Richards, and Area CC Food Marts. WCXO Sports, since 1999, the sports voice of the Carlisle Indians, the Central Cougars, the Modern Day Knights, the Westland Warriors, and now the Christ Our Rock Silver Stallions.
What were we thinking when we designed the station? I'll tell you. We were thinking it takes all sorts to make a world.
Max 96.7.
Hello for one final try here. This is Rip in the Carlisle Meat Market Studio. Let's latch on to the Tucker Electric guest line for Salem and Wildcats basketball coach Andy Fehrenbacher. Andy, welcome back.
Hey, thanks for having me again, Rip.
And you return in style. You've picked off your last three opponents, including the Warriors at Westland Friday night. That was a huge victory for your program.
Yeah, absolutely it was. Westland's got a great team this year, and we were fortunate to beat them over at our place back before Christmas, so going over there, we knew it was going to be tough. But proud of our guys, played well, and was fortunate to come away with the victory.
The earlier game, that was a double overtime thriller, wasn't it?
Just one overtime.
Just one overtime, okay.
Yeah, but it was tight.
Yeah, you might have. I think you blanked them in that extra session. And then Friday night, you won it 50-42. You had a quality start. You're up by 7 after the first frame.
Yeah, I was real happy with defensively, the mindset that our guys came out with. Talked about some of the things that they did and kind of tweaked a few things here and there. Like I said, our kids really responded and followed the game plan. And on top of that, we're very aggressive offensively.
And that's a good way to piggyback that victory over the Columbia Eagles. That would have been last Tuesday. Right,
yeah. We went to Columbia on Tuesday, and like most every team this time of year, we got illness and stuff going through the team, and we were actually without our post guy, Brown, and he was out, and we had another player out that particular game. And, so our bench was a little lighter than usual, and had some guys step into different roles. But to go down there and get a win at Columbia, that's no easy task. So, again, it was a great effort on our part.
Man, you play without Cord Brown. He's a load inside at 6'6", I'm guessing 180,
yes.
185, somewhere in there.
Right, 6'6", long-armed, and
right,
and he could score in and around the basket, step out, and hit mid-range jumpers as well. So, we were definitely missing a big piece there.
And now these latest wins, they give you a real crack at the Cahokia Conference Championship in your first year.
Yeah, that's something that we felt as a coaching staff, and then talked with the team early on and said, hey, this is something we feel we can do, and let's get after it and be serious and just try to put ourselves in a position, at the end of the year, and that's kind of where we're at. So we still have two games to go yet. So, but we're in a good place right now.
You have Freeburg coming up
on Friday.
Friday night, and then Carlisle. Quite a ways after that, and of course you played them. I was there at BEGUM when you did trounce Carlisle in easy fashion actually that evening, and Freeburg. What happened the first time? You beat them obviously, but it looks like about 10 or 11.
Yeah, that we coming out of the Centralia tournament, and we got beat up pretty good at the Centralia tournament, but that was a Tuesday night. We didn't have school that day. We still weren't back from Christmas break yet, and so it's just one of those scheduled games, and going to Freeburg, and it was a pretty tight game. Freeburg's well coached. Coach Lauer does a nice job, and run a lot of really good things. And we were fortunate to get out there with I think 11-point victory. But got them at our place on Friday.
Coach Lauer from South Central, what a player he was in high school and college, and even a bit in the pros. I believe that was that D League he played in for a little bit, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so. I think so.
Pretty sure.
He'll
do a good job over there, Freeburg. They just need to
absolutely
corner some more of their top flight kids again, because hey, it's up and down everywhere. You can't do it every year at really hardly any level anymore. But by the way, you're not. I think you might have had that. It was just a few games in. You might have that reputation of they're winning their games at BEGUM Gym. It seems to be that's not the case though, as far as conference goes. You're 3-1 at home and 3-1 on the foreign soil too.
Yeah, and anytime, and regardless of what conference you're talking about, if you can get road wins in a conference, that's always a good thing. I mean, they always say you got to protect your home turf, but then you go out and steal a couple on the road, then you give yourself an opportunity. Yeah,
unless you're really, just without a doubt, the absolute top presence in a conference or in a league. A lot of times you'll take almost every one of those ones at home and maybe 500 on the road, and you're going to be in a pretty good situation.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And I told a lot of people coming into this conference, I said, hey, the Apollo is a tough conference, but the Cahokia is a fantastic basketball conference. A lot of great coaches and that really get their teams prepared and some tough places to play. So, I had a feeling whoever was going to come out on top was going to have a couple of losses. And, that's just how balanced the league is and how many good teams and coaches you got there.
How much do you use game film or tape now, whatever you want? I've never really asked. I guess it's used a lot more than I thought.
Oh, yeah. A heck of a lot. I got a great coaching staff, and they spend a lot of time breaking down film, and I do as well. And, and we can take a look at things from previous time playing a team, regardless of win or lose. There's always things you can get better at and fix and tweak. So we look at that, and then, you try to find game film on other upcoming opponents as well, just to prepare. So, game film is extremely important to our process.
But sometimes, as much as anything, just to see what you are doing right or wrong.
Oh, yeah. There's plenty of times that you'll watch game film, and sometimes you feel pretty good about it, but there's plenty of times you come away a little frustrated because you think, man, that's
and you
we
cannot.
Weren't as good as I thought we were.
You cannot see everything in live. It just doesn't register all the time. So, what are your thoughts, Andy, on the Salem Invitational? Number 1, Centralia wins. If I'm right on this, I think that's about their 26th title over at BEGUM, and they actually pounded Edwardsville that night.
Yeah, they did. They played very well. Coming into the tournament, you kind of felt once again them and Edwardsville were at the top of that thing, and that's kind of how it panned out. But I was real happy with the way our team played, and we got a win against Triad that first night. And we played Edwardsville, and it wasn't that we played bad; we just flat couldn't make shots. That's what it boiled down to. They shot 61%. We shot 33% from the field.
Whoa.
So that's pretty easy to figure that one out.
Even I can figure that out. I don't need any game tape for that, Andy.
Yeah, no, not at all. I mean, we couldn't.
But you notched
couldn't
third
hit water
place.
Oh, I know. It was a tough night for us. We just couldn't get the ball in the hole. But we bounced back and played very well against Mount Vernon. And that's a rivalry game. And, a lot of kids know each other. And Coach Creel's awesome. Does just a fantastic job. And, and congratulations to him. He got his 300th there at Mount Vernon last night.
Saw that. Yeah.
That was a great deal for him. But anytime, Salem Mount Vernon plays, that's always a big game. And we were real happy to come away with the victory there.
But you did come away with a nice trophy, too, as you squat away third. Yep.
Yeah, we did. And the kids were super excited. And it was a good night.
DeMond Crosby, for one, you had two make the all-tournament team, correct?
Yes, yeah. DeMond made the first team, and Dawson Linder, our point guard, he made the second team.
I was impressed with him. And of course, against Carlisle that night, you did a bunch right, but some good-looking athletes on that team, and there's no doubt.
Yeah, we have a number of kids that can do a lot of different things, and we played very well against Carlisle here earlier in the month of January. But one thing I've seen, I noticed it at practice tonight. It just seems like we're getting, as the weeks go by here, more and more kids are really figuring it out, and our practices are getting very competitive. And we can split squad or do a number of things, and whatever we do, it's going to be competitive. It's hard to score. You got to really run your stuff well because we got a lot of kids that defend well now at both varsity and JV levels, and it's a work in progress, but we're making strides, and I can definitely see it in practices.
I was wondering if anybody stepped up, and is giving you some more valuable minutes off that bench, maybe than they had previously in the season. And of course, then you have 8 seniors right on the team, something like that. This is a senior-laden team, and that's always good, especially when it comes down to crunch time here. Playoff time is really rapidly coming.
Yeah, just something about seniors have, they a little more confidence, a little bit more on the line. They know that this is it, and they push even that much harder. So it's nice when you have those seniors that you can rely on. But we got a couple of juniors that are stepping up, and Brett Whitney and Jacob Harness. Those guys are, Whitney's starting for us now, and Harness comes off the bench at a guard spot. So those guys are doing a great job. You
probably got 1, 2 heading for college or with opportunities, right, to play some college ball?
Yeah, we do. DeMond still is undecided and looking at some options, and actually Core Brown signed with Milliken, so we're happy for him.
I thought I saw his picture in the paper maybe 2 weeks ago, something like that. But
that's about right, 2 weeks ago.
That's great. That's great for your program, too. And now you do have Freeburg just coming up shortly, and then it's off to the 3A playoffs, and where are you going to head for that, Andy? What do you?
Well, we have to vote on that as coaches here in 2 weeks. Up. So there's still a lot of games to be played and so forth. But I know Mount Vernon hosts and Carbondale hosts for our subsectional. So it just really depends on where the seeds fall, where we'll end up.
Jockeying for position right now.
Yeah, basically.
And it looks at quick count that you probably have about 5 games left, and I would think most of the squads are in about that same situation there.
Yeah, somewhere right in that boat. That's exactly where we're at. We got 5 left, 2 conference and then 3 out of conference.
Finally, Andy, we had your counterpart on Monday night, the girls coach Megan Kessler. It's the first time we've had her. I know this is just her second year as the head coach, but she was great to have on, and she's got a real good team there too.
Oh yeah, she does a great job, her and her staff, and they work the girls hard, and their numbers are kind of small for upperclassmen, juniors, seniors, but
freshmen.
They do. They have a lot of freshmen. They got a lot of freshmen stepping up and getting quality minutes. So I think they're just going to get better as the years roll by here.
Do you know what they did last night? Because I could not find it anywhere.
Yeah, they came up short. I can't remember the final score, but it was a makeup game with Freeburg. And Freeburg came here and got our girls. I think it was tied through 3 quarters, and then ended up being a couple points down the stretch.
Okay, couldn't locate a score anywhere, so that might have taken them out of second place, a chance for second in the conference there. It's pretty tight.
It might have.
Maybe still. I think they're 4-3 in league play, but maybe not. I'm not quite sure. So, all right, Andy. Well, thanks for taking a turn on Talking Sports again, and good luck as you head down the very back end of the regular season and into the second season. So go get them. Keep playing well.
Absolutely. Thanks a lot, Rip. I appreciate you having me on.
Thank you. Thanks to Andy and Darren, and also to Jason Cobb. Again, Saturday morning, one of our guests will be Carl Mock on football. You won't want to miss Carl, man. He's got some great opinions, and what an offensive lineman he was in the NFL for years, and a coach and so forth. If, use the option. Check out my Facebook timeline. I just posted yesterday, every Tuesday, the Brett's Wildlife Talking Sports poll goes up. It revolves around Sunday's Super Bowl. We'll just go with that. But the response has been great so far. It usually is. But get in your 2 cents worth, okay? Either with a choice or commentary. We love commentary. That's always good. That's it. We got a dash. We'll see you Saturday morning between 9 and 10 on Talking Sports. Real Sports Talk on Max 96.7 Wcxo.
Talkin' Sports on Max 96.7 was powered by Hoffman Supermarket, the only choice for quality meats and friendly service. Talkin' Sports was brought to you by Munkin Dodge Chrysler Jeep Nissan in Centralia. Kaskaskia College, the future's yours at Kaskaskia College. Emin Insurance Agency in Carlisle. Farmers State Bank of Hoffman, Central City and Hoyleton. Diane Chevrolet in Trenton. McKendree University in Lebanon. Ideal Home Solutions in Trenton. Farmer State Bank Insurance Department in Hoffman. Seaver Brothers in Carlisle. And by Becker Jewelers, with locations in Breeze and Highland, and always online at beckerjewelers.com. Thank you for joining us for this WCXO sports presentation of Talkin' Sports on Max 96.7.